Hello everyone, this is Tormuse, and today I'm picking up where I left off in the club meetings mod for Doki Doki Literature Club. Woo! Going into episode 38, that is season 4, episode 2. Thanks Stream Elements. It's just the usual disclaimer message, which is they're by law, not actually by law, but as per intellectual property guidelines put out by Team Salvato, all the usual disclaimers. That music is probably a little too loud. We're all the main characters of our own lives. Wise words. Let's turn the text speed up and the sound volume down. And developer for the mods indicate they'd be available after. Well, they'd be available now. I mean, I want to kill a bit of time regardless, because the Twitch is going to throw an ad break on in the first 5 minutes. Bear with me. I'm just going to exit Discord there. There we go. Yeah, ad break in 4.5 minutes. Where do we leave off? I did fix the. I made it so that that annoying little the numbers didn't appear this time in the upper left corner. I did the same trick that I attempted last time, but did it correctly this time. I'm not sure if I'm going to do this entire episode now, or if I should break it up into 2 streams, because last time I did this, episode 37 was the stream took 6 hours, mostly because of my dawdling and going off on Torby's tangents, trademarks, and all that. I checked the length of the videos that Dev put up of the episode, and like last episode, the video for it was 3 hours, and then the video for this one is like 4 hours. So if last stream was 6 hours, and I don't know, maybe I don't know if I'm actually doing double the length, but maybe I should break this up into 2 streams. We'll see. I'll get a few hours into it and see how I feel, see how far I get into it, I suppose. It depends on it depends on a bunch of things. I don't know. When I'm doing a lot of reading, like doing the DDLC mods, I don't know. It takes a lot out of my my throat, my voice, trying to do all the voices and stuff. I think it's mostly when I'm doing funny voices that it makes my voice tired and stuff. Is no one showing up yet? It still says 0 viewers. Oh well. I'm sure people will show up before long. This is the reason I'm sure lots of streamers they have a special starting soon screen for the first few minutes of their stream. Probably also helps to have a regular schedule for this sort of thing, and I kind of suck at that. Which, I mean, partly because I don't have an actual IRL schedule, but whatever. Anyway, when we last left off, the last episode we started to what am I trying to say here? Starting to find out, starting to set up future conflicts and foreshadowing and stuff. Met new characters. Sayuri was apparently rooming with Natsuki's friend from high school, Ayami, and Natsuki and Yuri are rooming together, which is interesting. Because the setup from previous season that it's against the rules, so they're gonna have to be sneaky about their relationship and so on. So, but that's I can see that putting a strain on things. We'll see how that goes. Monica continuing to feel lonely. Monica had a really crappy time last session. And that what it was feeling ill on top of you know, menstrual cramps. I mean, that time of the month, etc. Like it's the kind of thing. I think back to like the last time I moved. A lot of my stuff remained in boxes for a few days until I finally fully unpacked. Like I just unpacked bits at a time. I don't know why she felt the need to do it all at once when she was feeling that crappy, but whatever. I don't know. She has different standards, I suppose. Ad break in 7 seconds. I'm just filling in time here. Yeah, and oh, there you go. The ads started. Other new guy, Ryan is apparently homeless, and he's just sleeping on a bench. And Kenzo is trying to talk him into, you know, into staying in his room instead. Apparently, they've got strict rules, and that Kenzo is just getting in trouble or something. Yeah, let's see where that goes. I wonder if my other email is going to show up in the email section. Like I did send a couple of emails in. I have to think about other possible emails to send in for that matter. I feel like I mean like I'm trying to I remember carefully wording my emails when I sent them in because it's like I'm trying to play along with the kayfabe, you know, play along with the whole role playing aspect of the emails that and hey, Dev is here. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? You have arrived. It says ad break on the screen, so I don't know if you can hear me. I guess so I'll just welcome. Smiley face. Sorry about ads. We'll be back soon. I'm just killing time here. Tongue emoji. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, so, what else have you got going on? I mean, Ayami was, apparently in a long-distance open relationship that, she seemed, at least verbally to welcome it, but, Dev, insisted on putting spoilers in chat and said she doesn't like it. I was like, Dev, spoilers! Don't spoil your own mod. I know it's hard to resist that sort of thing, I suppose. But yeah, I'll see where that goes, I suppose. Yeah, Sayuri was really struggling. That was probably a temporary plot contrivance to provide the excuse for MC to get the presidential powers. We'll see how that plays out. And Abric's finished. Welcome back. Yeah, I mean, regarding Sayuri's depressive episode from last time, like, I mean, she's going into this completely different. Okay, she's going into a completely different situation, living somewhere for the first time in her life, moving for the first time in her life, having a roommate for the first time in her life. It's a lot of firsts. It's a lot of stressors all at once. So it's kind of understandable that she was so overwhelmed. And she tried to help Monica unpack her stuff on top of everything else. So, like, and you know, she came back to her room to find someone else there. So it's like she didn't have any time to herself to you know, process her emotions and deal with the depression stuff. So, um, whoop, the music skipped when I tried moving the window. Anyway, without further ado, let's just start it up and see where this goes. I'm Termes. Again with this. Yes, okay. I mentioned before, I said it before, I'll say it again. Moving in with someone for the first time, living with someone, it has its own share of stressors. Like you don't, issues come up that you don't expect to come up, even if you even if you really like the person, really get along with the person. You never know. Let's take a sec. I feel like I should take a second to appreciate the adjustments made to this new background here. I like the addition of the switch. You can immediately tell which side is Natsuki's and which side is Yuri's. So you got the switch there because she likes video games, and I guess I mean, you could just as easily. I mean, there's like some kind of book collection. Maybe they're manga. Does Yuri have manga now, or are they just generic books? I don't know. She's got a knife though, so I guess that's Yuri's side. Anyway, moving along. Again with this. Oh my god, it's a single sock. If you're going to get mad at me for stretching out your socks when accidentally wearing them, what? It perhaps behooves you to ensure that your socks stay away from my side of the room. It is one sock, one that got there accidentally. My temper might be slightly shorter than usual, as I got 4 hours of sleep last night due to you cackling while playing video games. Oh dear. Nothing to add to the left was the knife, yeah? Oh, okay. Anyway. I would have done the gaming earlier if I had not had to leave the room entirely because of whatever the F you were burning in here. That was incense. It makes the room smell nicer. Maybe to you and whatever effed up smell palette or whatever that you have. It was agabati incense. It's one of the most common incense types in the world. Billions of people think it smells nice. Well, it turns out you share this room with one other person who does not think it smells nice. Nor does she appreciate the smell seeping into all her clothes. Ugh. I'm out of time. I gotta go to class. Oh, Yuri looks unhappy. Just, here, give me the sock. Natsuki throws the sock into her laundry hamper. I'll be back later. Yuri breathes heavily for a few seconds. Uh-oh. Hope this isn't gonna... Yuri being left alone while breathing heavily doesn't usually bode well. Okay. So Yuri accidentally stretched out one of Natsuki's socks by putting it on? Because she didn't realize it wasn't hers? Can she not tell the difference? I don't know. Anyway. Kaori? It's a new person? New music? Okay, I don't know what voice users... well, I at least am very much looking forward to the literature club. Oh? I've been excited to get a little actual high culture into my life since last year. Kaori. Have we heard that name before? I don't think we've heard that name before, have we? Anyway, it's really nice to find a place in school where I feel like I've belonged all along. Himari? Oh, hey, that's for the longest time crossover character here. Kaori equals Ujo-sama, Ho, etc. Ujo-sama? Kaori? Yeah, I'm drawing a blank. That's sounding like a reference that I'm not getting. It's a character from some anime or something? I don't know. At least princess type character? Oh, okay. I do not understand why suddenly 20 people are in the literature club. How big of a deal could it be? It's bigger than the debate club now. Kana is another new name? Okay. It's a pretty big deal, my dude. Some pretty cool people in it now, yours truly included. Including a pretty good number of gentlemen. Oh, okay, so this is the literature club back at the high school then. So this is we're getting a flash sideways, I guess. It's just giving a character type. Okay. That guy Luke is joining it, you know, and Mume and Luke's friend Simon too, and a lot of others. Even Jury is here. Here is joining, right? Yeah, I guess I did promise and come to that one meeting. Don't be so nervous, Jury. God. You know I love you, girl, but I don't know if they look kindly on shy weirdos in the literature club. I suppose you're right. I have no idea how so many people are interested in something so boring. Yeah, Kazu? Okay. No, just new name after new name here. Emery, it is plainly obvious you are simply envious of the literature club's success. It does not flatter you to be so ugly about it. I am not being ugly about it. As a class representative, I must urge you not to raise your voice in the locker room. No, really, how did you all decide to join this club? Henry continues to being a hater. I mean, yeah, that tracks. Well, as for me, near the end of last year, it was just... Quiet down for a second. People, look who's coming. Hi, everybody. Don't forget their first literature club meeting is later today. Is that a new rendition of Rhea's Sprite there? Is this the return? I mean, it is, yes, yeah, okay. I thought, look, it's unmistakably Rhea, but it's subtly different. The remake, yes, there you go. Is everything all right? Everybody seems a little tense. Emery was being jealous of our stunning success with the literature club. I was not. God, you guys are almost as bad as Monica was. Aw, Emery doesn't have anything to be jealous of anyway. The debate club is really cool. Angie's done a fantastic job running it. The literature club and the debate club can both be very successful without anyone needing to be worse than anyone else. Don't you think? Yeah, Reed, that's true. Thanks. It is as you say. Right. Now I'll see all the literature club people in room 3L after class. I've got to go have a meeting with the club advisor. Sorry if my members caused too much ruckus for you, Himmery. You guys be nice to Himmery, okay? Bye, everyone. I can never stay mad at her, or I guess the rest of you. Yeah, she's the best. You're very lucky for her leadership. I still wish you weren't so uptight, Kazu. The only difference is that club meetings, Himmery, despite being a hater, would never dare F with club meetings Monica. Sure. I mean, club meetings Monica and for the longest time Monica are completely different characters. I mean, you and I have talked about those differences at length over in your server. So yeah, yeah. I mean, I did read all the way to the end of For the Longest Time. I mean, it did have something there. I do take some issues with some of the ways Monica was portrayed. Probably not best not to get into all of that right now. Opposite ends of the girl failure versus girl war criminal spectrum, etc. Okay. Girl war criminal. I mean, yeah, I guess I see what you're saying. Yeah, the whole war criminal thing. I mean, it was implied at the end of the last season that Monica deliberately trapped specifically Ree, as the last and only person stuck in the time loop. Presumably for purposes of keeping the literature club running inconspicuously, so that you know, like presumably, you know, for whatever, for coding reasons or whatever, because allegedly the game requires the literature club to be in existence. Or something. Anyway, moving right along. Just weren't so uptight, Kazu, and I was specifically told to be nice to you. True, you nerd. Okay, lady, see you later. Hey, okay, we guys get to see Ryan again? Hi again, Ryan. Hi, sorry to bug you again, miss. Just wondering if there's been any progress? No, not really. These kinds of things take a while. And I have to warn you, the appeal's probably not going to do anything in the end. Once they make their decision, that's pretty much it. Usually, anyway. I have to ask, though, why are you so persistent? Most of the time in situations like this, the student will just live with mom and dad. So I read that to mean they don't know that he's sleeping on a bench. I mean, I'm sure most freshmen would prefer to live on campus for social reasons, but isn't this more trouble than it's worth for you? I take it you didn't read through my application much. We're gonna find out details about his parents now? No, I didn't. Sorry, I'm just the student-facing service person. Well, I don't have mom or dad, basically. My parents died a long time ago. I don't really have any other family around. Oh. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have assumed. Oh no, it's fine, miss. Honestly, I'm very used to it, I promise. And it was a very long time ago. But it does mean that I can't live with mom or dad. I'm still so sorry. I was so insensitive. Let me actually read some of this. So you've been getting public housing while you were in high school. Yeah, I got emancipated a couple of years ago. Foster care really wasn't cutting it for me. So I just got funding to live on my own. Why can't you still do that? I turned 18. I don't qualify anymore. I did apply for and get some other benefits I can get now, but they're not nearly enough to pay for housing, and the ones that would pay enough I didn't get. I think because they probably assume the college would ensure I have housing, I'm not sure. Whereas the financial aid department isn't giving you housing because they think you should be getting public benefits. I see the problem. Yeah, it does seem to reflect real world problems, doesn't it? Um, yeah, I recall like back when uh, 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 COVID happened, that there was uh, I live in Canada. Like the Canadian government I was worried that this would seem unrealistically bad and difficult and red tapey. I don't think so. I wouldn't say it's unrealistically bad. I thought about it for 3 seconds. Was like, nah. Yeah, I mean, I would think you of all people, as a lawyer, would know that this sort of thing happens. I mean, that's um, let's just say I've had my own struggles with employment insurance and trying to get uh, like different governmental departments deferring to others, saying, "Oh, you shouldn't be getting benefits from us. You should be getting benefits from them." And the others also putting off, saying, "Oh no, you should talk to them first, and you should check if you get these benefits first before seeing if you can get these benefits." Um, yeah, and I mentioned during initial when COVID hit. Um, there was a 4 month period where the Canadian government was just handing $2,000 to each person, no questions asked, to just stay home. It was like $2,000 for a month for 4 months to help facilitate the lockdowns and make sure that people followed them. Which is nice and generous and stuff. But after that 4 months elapsed, it got trickier to figure out who you're supposed to talk to about getting any benefits, and rumor has it some people were told after the fact that they had to like refund some of that money too, which I don't know how much truth is in that, but I don't know. Government bureaucracy is messy, I guess is what I'm saying. Sorry, you've had to go through us, I guess. Well, yeah. um, like, I like to think, I mean, I like to think the operation of the Canadian government is pretty good. I mean, particularly, like, you compare it to, issues that I've heard about in the U.S. Um, but yeah, there's still sometimes have to like jump through some hoops to get benefits you might be entitled to, I guess is what as I'm saying. Fairly confident that Canada beats out at least one other country. Haha, yeah. Which one? Who can say? Yeah, yeah. Yeah. And by all accounts, things are kind of getting worse and worse in the U.S. Sorry about that. Anyway, moving right along. I see the problem. Well, this is pretty messed up. Yeah, that's what I keep saying. Haha. Glad you understand. Well, let me see what I can do about this. I don't have a lot of power, but this is really unfair to you. I'd greatly appreciate anything you can do, miss. Just know that this is kind of thing can take a while, so I'm learning. What are you doing for housing in the meantime? Honestly? The less said about that, the better, I think. Like, you're not gonna tell her that you're sleeping on a bench? Ah, say no more. Just be really careful, alright? Technically, you're not supposed to couch surf in the student dorms. I'm not going to tell anyone, but you could get caught. It would be big trouble for whoever's room you're in, not just you, you know. Yeah, I'm aware. Uh, and this is Play With Me in a minor key. I mean, the song entitled Play With Me, only in a minor key. I remember this song. Um, yeah, so has Ryan been sleeping on that bench for the entirety of the past week? Because 1 week has it been 1 week? Or, I mean, it's been 2 weeks of real time in between these episodes, but I'm not sure if it's supposed to be 1 week in game time or what. But it's unclear if it's 1 or 2 weeks. Yeah. Anyway, I guess MC and his sister are in the same class here, and Kagami still doesn't have her blazer on. Imagine that. Anyway, moving on. So it's not worth a lot of points, but as mentioned last class, we're going to have a little quiz today, just to see if you're keeping up on the reading and assimilating the material as we go along. The TA will pass out the quizzes in just a moment. We're just making a few extra copies. First college quiz, MC. Feeling up to it? Is there a reason you decide to sit right next to me in this class? Why, you're my dear brother. Why wouldn't we sit next to each other in a class we have together? How would you get help from me otherwise? I don't need your help, sister. You've changed, haven't you? You used to just bow your head and mumble something non-confrontational, or go hide in another room and read or play video games. It's true, MC has changed. Yeah, try to keep it ambiguous. Yeah, fair enough. You never used to fire back at me like that. Yeah, well, a lot of things are different about me now. Don't expect me to just sit here and accept whatever this thing is that you do, that you've always done. It's for your own good, you know. Just trying to light a motivating fire under you and everything. Maybe you don't need it anymore. Seems like your new friends have turned you into a little bit of a different person, maybe. Especially, you leave her out of this. You've been far more motivating than you ever were. Hey, fine, have it your own way. I won't intrude I won't intrude my help where it's not wanted. Good luck on the quiz. Tried to beat you on it too badly. Good luck to you too. Yeah, so yeah, strong hints of about the dynamic between MC and Kagami here, I guess. He looks down at the notes I have underneath my script. Make sure Kagami is evil enough. There you go. Alright, and that's the end of the lecture today. Looks like the TA has finished grading, so we'll pass your quizzes back. If you have any questions or need help understanding the quiz material, we do have office hours. You can check the syllabus for when to come by. TA hands back the score quizzes. Huh. Not too bad. Got a 98. Not so poor for the first college quiz. It'll probably take a bit of studying to get up to consistent 100s. Can't rush myself though. What about you? C, C+? Wouldn't be too upset with just a little bit of tutoring. I got a 93, thanks. I think I'll get by without the tutoring for now. Okay. Although, hey, you might need those extra 5 points by the end of the semester, you know. But, hey, if you want, we could... Whatever it is, no thanks. I'm just gonna head back to my dorm for now. Still some stuff I haven't unpacked. My girlfriend is visiting later, and I want it to be neat. Bye. Fine. Fine. Kagami seemingly off-put by MC's self-confidence. Maybe a little annoyed by it. Anyway, principal? Come on in. Ah, thanks for coming, Asumi. Hey, it's Masita. Oh no, me without my periodic table of the elements shirt. Sir, I just wanted to tell you that the board approved our request for updated equipment. You should be able to get most of the things you asked for in your classroom wish list, although we have a number of requests from the other teachers to accommodate, of course. Does accommodate have a double M in it? It looks off with one M. Maybe it's my imagination. Accommodate with two M's, yes. I didn't imagine it. Plus one to me. Anyway, moving right along. Of course. Still, that's wonderful news. Should make for a much more engaging chemistry class next year. I have no doubt of that. Is that all for now, sir? Yes, I just thought you'd want to know that as soon as possible. You can get back to your break. Thanks. Actually, hang on just 1 second. While you're here, there is one thing I wanted to talk to you about. Oh? I noticed the Literature Club grew immensely since this semester. Yes, Ree's done a great job recruiting. It seems like it. This is her doing. It sure is. Well, good for her. I had heard she was a bit shy. She was, but when she was moved to this leadership position, she really grew into the role. Right, she's the... Oh, that was the other thing. Is there a reason the Literature Club uses an unconventional leadership structure? With Ria as the chair and so forth, the president of the student council was talking about it the other day. Plus two, really, since I have the same issue in another instance of the word later? Oh, okay. The president of the student council was talking about, as in Himmery was complaining about her. Ria as the chair? Anyway. Yes, it's just a bit of a literature club tradition to have those titles. The actual structure does include a president, vice president, and the other offices required for funded clubs. And the literature club has those offices filled, I assure you. Ah, just wanted to be sure. The student council can be very zealous about the letter of their rules. Oh, I'm aware. Everything's well in hand. I don't doubt it. Now it sounds like the club will be in good hands for a long time with Rhea at the helm. Long time. Yes. It's, I'm presuming Nisita doesn't know that, I mean, as is implied at the end of last season, that Rhea's still stuck in the time loop. I'm not sure. I know that could be another source of conflict later on if the rest of the club finds out. because like Monica was like very secretive, and it specifically said that she couldn't explain what she did and insisted that everyone just trust her. So, anyway. Well, I'll let you get back to it. Great job with the Literature Club. Having thriving extracurriculars at the school is an important part of student life. Thank you, I couldn't agree more. Huh. I, I mean, I sort of assume that at the end was a response to the comment about Ree being there for a long time. Because Masita, of all people, is aware of the whole issue with the time loop and stuff. Anyway, the room is empty. This is back to Natsuki and Yuri's room. It's playing Natsuki's theme for the OK Everyone song. Anyway, hey, you in there? I'm coming in. Babe, guess who got the highest grade in? Babe? Where'd she get off to? She's supposed to be home the rest of... Oh, here we got a bot in chat. Bye bot. Boom. You probably can't even see the bot's message there, but because anyway, moving on. Didn't even see the bot. Yeah, Twitch, like a lot of these bots, they have the same message. It says how to get cheap viewers on whatever, as a link, a link with a space added to the link, so that people have to delete the space in order to click the link. So as a way to get around streams that block links, but so you have to. So uh, I don't know. It's one of those things. It's like I don't know who falls for these things, because they have to be smart enough to figure out how to delete the space from the link, but dumb enough to click links from obvious spam bots in the first place. But anyway, they all have the same message. So like the spam filter catches them practically every time. Sometimes it doesn't catch them, which I'm not sure why that is. I don't know exactly what the filter looks for, but whatever. Anyway, Natsuki's looking a little alarmed. Are we suggesting that Yuri self-harmed again? Chat. It is a public space, but with the proper precautions. There we are. The only difference from before will just have to be timing. After all, with a public space, you never know who you might be. Hey! Interrupted. I was worried someone else was coming in, but it's you. Close the door there, will you, beloved? Sure. Hey, small request. Could you maybe not hold the knife to your arm like that? Oh boy. Was Yuri preparing to just harm herself in front of Natsuki? I mean, I know they're both well aware of her habit. Yeah, it's one of those things Yuri has been pretty clear that, I don't know, it's been pretty clear that she basically intends to keep self-harming, and it's like, I don't know if she doesn't see it as a problem that she's doing it, or what, or if she just feels like the urge to do it is that strong that she can't resist it, or yeah, I don't know, like, I think back to like one of the scenes from the previous season where Yuri was encouraging Natsuki to stop smoking, and And I was thinking, like, that's seems awfully hypocritical of Yuri to request Natsuki to change a bad habit of hers. When it was I'm like I was tempted to I don't know, send an email in suggesting, hey, how about you make a deal with each other and like Natsuki stops smoking while Yuri in exchange for Yuri stopping self-harming or something like that. Although I tried when I send the emails in, I try to restrict it to things that don't and or can't affect the story. Because I get the definite feeling that the emails, the email sections of this mod kind of exist in their own little bubble, and for the most part, yeah, which is why in the last episode I thought it was interesting when MC made a comment about the email section afterward, which it seemed like a break with tradition. But I don't know. Moving right along. Maybe put it down entirely. I'm very sorry to alarm you, I'm sure. I just need to, a little. I've been overrun with emotion since our disagreement earlier. Yeah. Occasionally emails do affect canon. I'm trying to think back. Yeah, I mean, I can't really think of any instances when that's been the case, or at least if it did, then it was more subtle background thing rather than, I don't know. Moving right along. I can't. I need to get it out. Look, I'm really sorry for earlier. Okay, I should have kept my sock on my side, and I shouldn't have gone so mad over everything. It's all my fault. Okay, you don't have to do anything. I don't know, that might make Yuri feel worse. Time loop first mentioned in an email, actually? Yeah? Yeah, may be the case, but I mean, I don't think that doesn't necessarily translate into the email affecting canon. It's just more like reflecting what's already in there. Or at least I assume you already had the time loop idea when that email came along. Or are you saying that the email did decide? Was that a spur of the moment canon decision in response to the email? You did not create the canon, yeah. Emails just kind of ripple out dialogue, yeah. Anyway, moving on. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to hurt yourself. Just put the knife down, yeah? It's not good for knives if you get blood in them, right? You gotta take care of your collection. We release heavily for a few seconds. It's fine if you care for them properly. I just need just a little. Almost. Hey, please don't. Yeah, okay, there. Sorry, I had to. But did you really, though? God, stop trying to bandage with one hand, I'll do it. What if someone other than me walked in here, babe? And it's kind of messed up, you know? Making your girlfriend watch you hurt yourself? How do you think I feel about having to see that? I did not intend for you to see. No, but I was here and you did it anyway. I mean, yeah, that's the alarming part about it is that even when she had a witness, and that witness is her girlfriend, she still did it. Okay, moving on. I don't like seeing that. I know, but this conversation is making me want to do it again. This, hey. It's a... Elise, I know, babe. We've talked about this before, and I'm sorry this conversation is stressing you out. I know it's a tough thing to talk about. Look, let's not talk about it right now and right here. Right now we need to finish getting you bandaged up, and then we need to get out of here before people get weird ideas. We can talk about everything later. We just do need to talk about it. I understand. I'm sorry, Natsuki. I understand already that this is upsetting you. Of course it would be. I'm not sure what, or I guess I'm not sure how to, Later, babe, later. This is a discussion we can have in the room, okay? In our room. Yes, that's right. That's comforting. Yeah. Glad you think so. I feel more cozy when I think about us having a room, too. Anyway, let's get out of here. What room even was that? Why would she go somewhere other than their room to do it in the first place? I don't know. Anyway. Or maybe the... Do the dorm rooms have like a shared bathroom kind of deal? Not sure about that. Like it could be that there's like multiple dorm rooms and then they have one big shared bathroom that everyone in the dorm has to go to. But it's possible they don't have their own separate bathrooms. Shared bathroom among more people, so it increases risk of people. Anyway. And then the professor said that the way I did the reading is the way everyone should do the reading. That's amazing. Yeah. My roommate said she'd take me out to eat later because of it. I'm really glad you have such a good roommate. Sorry, I lost my train of thought for a second, but your roommate seems very nice. Oh, did MC get distracted by players showing up there? Presumably. Yeah, she is. Anyway, how are your classes? Anything interesting happen? Well, turns out I have a class with my sister. Oh, yeah. I still think she just tries to help you in her own way. She has a funny way of showing it. I know, I still think she cares a lot about you though. Didn't have to deal with her for years. Yeah, that's true. I guess she's been acting the same way as before? Yeah. It's like she's picking up exactly where she left off years ago. She even intentionally chose to sit right next to me, to hassle me. Well, I say you should give her a chance if you can stand it. I think she's kind of like Natsuki. She wants to show you she cares, but also she's been over-competitive with you for so long, she doesn't have any other way to show it. And that's why she's all dysfunctional. Dysfunctional, you mean? Right. Well, you're probably right about her. When it comes to people, you're one of the best experts I know. Even about Kagami. You know I always wanted to be closer with Kagami. I really like her. I always kind of looked up to her, you know? I loved you, but sometimes I felt like I wanted to be her, you know? She's so smart and tough. Like the world could never harm her, you know? Unlike dumb old me. I know I'm not dumb, but I wanted to be able to not care about what everyone else thought the way she did. I always hoped that someday we could be friends, she and I. Does Kagami not care what other people think, though? She seemed rather perturbed by the way MC reacted to her earlier. Anyway, but eventually she went off to boarding school. Maybe things will change now that she's back. Well, I wouldn't hold your breath. You know, sometimes I've wanted to be like her too. My parents, well, it's not like they don't love me or anything. They're proud of me, but they're very proud of her, let's say. You know how it is with them. Oh boy. Yeah, I've had that experience too, you know, of parents picking favorites. I mean, shouldn't frame it quite like that. Let's just say it's I mean, my brothers have excelled in some areas that my parents would approve of more, I guess is probably the best way to put it. It's makes for different dynamics. Anyway, moving on. And she still lets me know it. I don't know. There are times where it seems like she wants to be close, but it's like she doesn't know how to stop being an asshole for 5 seconds. Ooh. I mean, don't sugarcoat it, MC. Sounds like someone else we know. No, with Natsuki it's different. Even when she's giving you shit, you know it's with love. If Natsuki is really mad at you, you can tell the difference. And she's never mean just for the sake of being mean, you know? Yeah, I get it. So, I don't know. I'm not exactly looking forward to spending all this class time with her. As for you guys being friends, I mean, that would be cool. I'd like that. but I don't think she'd want to be. Not because there's anything wrong with you, but I think she's always been envious of you. Oh, that's interesting. MC, but anyone else? Well, you know, everyone is going through a struggle. We have to try to be compassionate. I mean, sure. MC about his sister, she's awful, like fun, but just entertainable garbage. I mean, yeah, I had to feel that's where you're going. M- MC is saying that Kagami's envious of Sairi. Um, I'm just reminded of like, you know, I've made comments before about mandatory anime bullshit that seems to crop up in otherwise um, you know otherwise interesting and compelling anime. Like one of the things that comes up that seems to come up a lot in anime that I've observed is um, implied or gestures in the direction of like sibling incest kind of thing. Um, I don't know if that's part of the I don't know Japanese culture that anime comes out of, or just a particular subset of whatever. It comes up a lot. I just the other day I started watching what's it called? Is Alia sometimes hides her feelings in Russian, and episode 2 just has that just thrown in there. It's like great, okay, this is where we're going here. I don't know, it just seems to come up a lot. Moving right along. I think she's always been envious of you. Why would she be envious of me? Well, you know, she's always been this way. Even though we're twins, she's always tried to be the better one. And her parents encourage her in that, whether they mean to or not. So she's never really felt safe to be around? Like, how do I put this? I can't trust her the way I can trust you. Who knows what she would do if I shared some weakness with her? Or how she would use it to maintain her superiority or something, you know? Sairi nods. And it's always been that way, even when we were very young. Now, you, on the other hand, I've always been able to trust you. With anything and everything. You know, except the whole lobotomizing thing. I mean... I mean, you may let that go, MC. I'm never letting that go. Moving right along. I think that's why we got so close as children, and why I spent way more time with you than with her growing up. And honestly, I think she resents that. I think she thinks she deserves to be the person I confide in rather than you, even though she hasn't done anything to deserve it compared to you. So I don't think she'll be playing nice with you anytime soon. I hope you're wrong. I think all that is pretty sad. You should be able to be close with me and with her. And I still think she's really cool, even with all of that. Maybe she'll soften up a little in college. Yeah, I hope so. But I wouldn't bet on the sudden sound of a guitar interrupts the conversation. Guitar? Who plays guitar in this thing? Wasn't there a mention of... I mean, they're in the courtyard. Is Ryan around here? I don't know. So you think you can tell heaven from hell? Wow, that guy can sing. Yeah, it's a guitar guy. I've heard of him. When his classes are done, he sells into some place on the campus and plays songs. He's really good. Sure is. I didn't even notice how good he was at the guitar parts until you called him the guitar guy. Yeah, and he's actually the guy from our high school. Yeah, it is Ryan. That's what I thought. You're just two lost souls swimming in a fishbowl year after year? It's actually Ryan from our school. Oh yeah, so it is. Didn't really know him that well, I guess. I remember now that I met him over the summer helping Kenzo with his car that one time, but never knew he could sing so well. Damn. Yeah. So where do you want to eat today, handsome man? Good question. MC and Sairi walk off. If we found the same old fears, wish you were here. Oh hey, Ryan gets a casual outfit now. Yeah, I don't know what song it is that he's singing there. Um, yeah, it's something I would just say, like at the very beginning of the conversation, MC said, "Oh, sorry, I got lost in thought for a second," and presumably it was implying that he was reacting to the camera being on him, so to speak, uh, since he is awareness of the game. Uh, but like I've had occasion to wonder. Well, Spot. Oh, well, yeah. I mean, it's not the first time that characters in this have done that. As it was, yeah. Um, I mean, I've had occasion to wonder if that's like a secret signal that they say out loud. Oh, I was distracted for a second, as a signal to the others that, oh, hey, the game's attention's on us right now. um, anyway, moving right along. There is light applause from a small crowd that's gathered to listen to Ryan play. Um, do you take tips? Nah, I don't do this for money. Just like playing for fun. Makes the campus a nicer place, don't you think? Yeah, well, thanks for doing it then. Yeah, of course. Hey, maybe you should do it for money. Wow, not bad, Ryan. Didn't realize you were so talented. Not that talented. Just have a lot of time to practice. Well, isn't that how you get talent? Isn't that how you get talented? Practice only takes you so far, and the limiting factor is natural talent. All too true for most people. Hi guys. Killer playing, by the way. Think you have to have at least some natural talent to play so well. With some, maybe it doesn't feel like a lot most days. But I guess that's why I practice so much. What are you guys up to today? You call us guys, but we are clearly ladies. It was cringe for you when I referred to women as miss, but now you want me to say hello, ladies? No winning with you. Fair. Hey, by the way, I was going to go grab some coffee this evening. Do you two want to come with? Sure. I could use the caffeine. I'll get a headache if I go too long without. What about you, Ryan? I'd love to, but... But what? You clearly don't have anything better to do. Yeah, true. Just, well, it's a little embarrassing, but I can't really afford to grab a coffee right now. Trying to keep my unnecessary spending as low as possible. Did a glut of irresponsible freshmen spending it and your wallet? Sorry. Did a glut of irresponsible freshmen spending and your wallet is empty now, huh? Well, never mind that. Can easily sugar mama for you for a coffee trip. Oh, does your boyfriend know that you're treating another guy like this? He wouldn't mind at all. I'll call him right now and tell him. Ask him if it's cringe to call women miss while you're at it. You all have well exceeded my expectations for this part of the class. Clearly, I don't know what the limit of your abilities are. It seems like most of you have had experience creating working programs before. For now, focus on making progress on the midterm project and make sure you understand floating point computation by the next lecture. Okay, so she's taking a coding class, I guess. See you next week. Most of the class, including Monica, starts to shuffle out of the room. Monica gets a text and she sits back down. She waits, scribbling notes in a notebook until the room is empty. Hi, if you're there. Okay, so she... presumably the text was MC letting her know that the game's attention is on her. Anyway. It's always so hard to talk to you when I can't sense if you're there or not. I asked MC to text me if you showed up. This is silly, I'm not sure why I'm nervous, but, I arranged something for us later tonight. A date, specifically. You and I never got to spend much time together on our own. Oh, right, I can't tell if you're hearing all of this. I'll just hope you are. Anyway, it'll just be some time, walking around the city. Maybe we can grab dinner. Or I can anyway, and you can be there. Sorry. Or I can anyway, and you can be there. I'm not completely sure the game will follow you around the whole time. I mean, this kind of has been established that Monica has some measure of control over that. Or rather, the club president does, but we'll see. I'm hoping that by staying in advance like this, I'll get to do it. I'll get it to do so. Anyway, are you interested in doing a date with me? I get a choice? Okay. A choice which she presumably can't see the results of. So I guess MC's gonna have to text her again to let her know. I mean, for the content, I must. So I'm gonna say yes, or maybe I should say no in order to you know to sow seeds of conflict and chaos to I don't know to uh, uh, um, help break Monica away from her dependence on the player or so on. That is indeed what that was. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to say yes for the content. I mean, the content has to override all the other considerations, obviously. Anyway. Oh, right. I keep forgetting. Can't hear you. Well, looking forward to later tonight. For now, though, I should get over to our new club room. Almost time for club to start. Don't want to get back into the bad habit of being late all the time. See you over there. And 4.5 minutes. There's an ad break coming up. Anyway, always red with her. Just red. Everything. She loves it. And I'm like, why not try just a little blue? You just using there's the blue recurring joke again. Why not try just a little blue, a single blue object even? Termuse is here, by the way. Oh, hi Termuse. It's kind of weird when you tell me about Termuse, MC. The weird blue joke will never die. How did that even start? Anyway, moving on. Not used to hearing it from you. Yeah, I understand. It has been a little unsettling to stay club present for a long period. It seems like it definitely takes some getting used to. Anyway, I can tell why Monica needs a break from it sometimes. Right. So, yeah. Sorry, I'm a bit slow. I didn't clue into the fact that Rhea refers to herself as the club chair rather than the club president because she can't be president. Because, well, I mean she can be, but I mean presumably she can be, but what am I trying to say? They want to keep the presidency in the hands of the original five, I suppose, original characters. I'm just taking a look at the character files. I'm just curious to see if there was a character file for Rhea, but no, it's just the same five. I kind of imagine, all things considered, like it wouldn't hurt for Monica to make a character file for. I mean, if she's able to make one for MC, maybe she could make one for Rhea, just as a backup kind of thing. If I don't know, if things go wrong, if they need to, I don't know, if things go like, I'm just thinking of like, it's been established that they need to have the club in existence for the game to function for whatever reason, and the apparently the president of the club doesn't necessarily have to be in the school. But I was just wondering if for somehow something happens and they lose the presidency, does it fall to Rhea instead, or I don't know. I'm just wondering aloud to myself. Ad break in 1 minute and 20 seconds. I'll pause the game when the ads come on. I mean, pause it, but you know. Anyway, moving on. Anyway, I can tell why Monica needs a break from it sometimes, but you know, actually I found it surprisingly comforting also. Really? Is it because you feel like you have control over things? That always scared me more than it comforted me. Says says the lady who lobotomized her club mates in season 1. Anyway, no, nothing like that. Or maybe it is. It's kind of like that. It's nice to get periodic reminders that you are safe, Sayori. And occasionally I can just feel that, and that's very reassuring. You're sad about that. Don't be sad. It's a good thing. It means I'm not worried about it. Yeah, it's sad that you'd be worried to begin with, you know? I don't want you to have to worry about me. You shouldn't have to worry about me. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry about that. I feel terrible every time I... Hey, it's okay. It's just a small thing, and it's not your fault. You know that. You shouldn't feel terrible about it at all. Don't be sad. After all, the snack basket is back now. Snack! Yep, snack alright. Hi again, Tormies. Hopefully that takes your mind off negative things for a while. Okay, ad break is imminent. Oh, Negative Zero's here. Welcome to stream. How's it going? As if manga doesn't already have backup redundancies for a failsafe. We can presume that, yeah. Incidentally, I did find the I'll be right back sign, which has the Doki Chibis on it. So I put that to use for purposes of this stream. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. I'll be right back. And I'm back again. Okay, moving right along. Hi again, Tori. Hopefully that takes her mind off of negative things for a while. Oh yeah, I did want to comment on that. Yeah, Sairi, for Sairi, being reminded that people worry about her is like, that's like the one thing that, like the whole reason she doesn't like telling people about her depression is she doesn't want people to worry about her. So yeah, I don't know if she needed to hear that. Oh well, anyway, moving on. She asked me to help her by redirecting her when I can. If it looks like she's spiraling down a little, I do the best I can. Hi, Natsuki. Where's your girlfriend? She left a little later than me. She'll be here soon. Where's your girlfriend? Over there, snack basket. Snack basket? Yeah, snack basket. Monica set it back up here in our new room. Not gonna go get some? I'm actually pretty full. Like, it feels weird to say, but at the cafeteria, you can just go up and get seconds and no one cares. Well, yeah. Still getting used to stuff like that. Sorry, no, it's kind of weird for me to be the starving poor girl freaking out about, like, an all-you-can-eat cafeteria. Even an all-you-can-eat cafeteria at the college? It's wild. Yeah, I don't know. I've never been in a school that had that sort of thing. I mean, the college that I went to, the cafeteria food, you had to pay for it. So I don't know. From context, I'm assuming that Natsuki didn't have to pay for it here. Anyway, it's not weird. No one here is judging you. You know that. Sweets often taste better after you've eaten too, though. You know. You make an excellent point, sir, and one I will put to the proof or whatever forthwith. Yep, definitely picking up your vocabulary. Oh, shut up. MC, do you want anything? Sure, but not until after. Save me a mini chocolate bar or something. Okay. No guarantees. There are mini chocolate bars in there? Man. Good afternoon, MC. And to you, Yuri. How's your day been? Well enough, perhaps. Better now that club has started. You okay? I did sort of get the slight feeling earlier that you were a little upset. I don't want to pry. I was, but only a little. Just still acclimating to the college environment, I suppose. Some difficulties were to be expected, especially with someone as sensitive to disruptions as I am. You're not that sensitive. No, just a little, though. In any event, I am quite fine now. I've been looking forward to club for some time. How has being the president been for you? Not really that big a deal, to tell you the truth. I definitely get how it gets old after a while, and how it's hard to make sure you don't unintentionally pry. But overall, not horrible or devastating or anything. It's manageable. A very apt description. I would inquire further, but I'm trying not to think too much about the club presidency lately. Understandable. Instead, I think I will go prevent Natsuki from giving herself a stomachache. Please excuse me. Of course. Snack basket's pretty popular today, huh, Termuse? I mean, it's always popular, but more so than usual. Even Yuri's partaking. Should more so be one word? Yeah, it's probably either or situation. Even Yuri's partaking. I wonder why. Maybe it's because we want to hold on to our old familiar traditions. I know I do. Heck, I'm even looking forward to sharing my poem today when normally I dread that. Concur is either or, yeah. This thing about old familiar traditions, is that going to be, is that going to be a theme kind of thing? I don't know, we'll see. Just feels cozy, I guess. Ah, here comes Monica. Hi, Monica. Glad you're all the way recovered now. You look pleased. I'm going on a date with Tormies later. Oh, so that's what you wanted the text for earlier. Yep. I see the snack basket is seeing considerable patronage. She's... how's she didn't get confirmation about whether the players selected yes or no, right? I mean, judging by MC's response, he wasn't like theoretically he would be the only one who's aware of whether yes or no was selected. And from context here, it seems he didn't communicate that to her, so it sounds like Monica just assumed that she's going on the date. I don't know. If I'm honest, the whole going on a date with Monica thing does it feels a bit icky in the context of all I've said about the whole like the Monica after story crowd, how certain members of the fandom get obsessed with Monica's character. I don't know. Some part of me is regretting that I picked yes, to be honest. Maybe I should have picked no. Just as like I don't like I don't expect anything I pick to have a significant impact on whatever happens regardless. I feel like it would be interesting to pick no though, because it's a situation. Okay, like, what am I trying to say here? Yeah, I feel like I think I might still be a little groggy, and it's affecting my ability to form a coherent commentary. But anyway, yeah, like my impression of this season is it's supposed to deal with Monica and her obsession with the player and so on, and maybe the story is going to center around how she deals with that, and or maybe even breaks away from that. Because like up till now, every time he's been waiting for over 3 seasons for this turn. Yeah. I mean, you say she's been waiting for 3 seasons. I mean, what was stopping her from going on a date before though? I don't know. Anyway, what am I trying to say here? Yeah, periodically we get choices where we have the option to say something that goes against Monica's intentions to, treat her as some kind of, romantic partner or whatever. And anytime we go against it, Monica typically either redirects or rationalizes it. But in this case, if hypothetically, if I said no to the option earlier, it would be a circumstance where, like, from Monica's perspective, there's no reason exists for the player to say no. So if they do say no, what does that say? What does that mean? Just let her have this. Yeah. I am kind of curious to know how she would interpret that. if she would do the same kind of redirecting, rationalizing, whatever. She'd probably, go on her date regardless. It's not like she would necessarily have control over what the game does anyway. I don't know. What am I trying to say here? Yeah, I don't know. Like it's each of these episodes are like self-contained anyway. Like even though Dev did have a stated intention to possibly have the timeline diverge at the end of season 2, when where Missita dies and where she doesn't die. They generally yes pass, no pass. is that a spoiler about the content of the response to the decision? I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna move along. I see the snack basket seeing considerable patronage. Yep. I brought an extra refill if you need it. It's in the shelf in the back. Well, aren't you helpful? Figured it'd be a good thing. It'd be a good thing for an acting club president to do. Well, I appreciate it. At the rate they're going, we might need both refills. Or maybe I should just start the meeting. Okay, everyone. Okay, everyone. Now that I've got everyone's attention, let's start up with the club. As I recall, we were going back to names from a pencil case to start. I know before it's been a bit unfair since I've surprised people with their need to choose an activity. If anyone wants to opt out this week or hasn't thought of anything, let me know and I can take your name out. That's very kind of you, Monica, but I, at least, am prepared should I be chosen. Anyone else want to opt out? Alright then. Sayuri, do you have the pencil case ready? Right here. I'm excited. It's our first time back doing this. You should pick the name, Monica. You're the one who put the names together, Sayuri. Just do it. The vice president of the... We bring back this gag again. The vice president of the literature club? Oh, hell yeah. Commands it. MC smiling, presumably because he's the only one who can hear the sound effect. Yuri's so annoyed. I mean, she does look perturbed, doesn't she? Well, if she commands it, I don't have much choice. Monica reaches into the pencil case. Oh, is there a lack of focus change there? Today, the winner is Natsuki. I take it you have a plan? Of course I do. Today, we're gonna do some Would You Rather. Hey, let me see. Yeah, no, there's definitely a lack of focus change when Monica spoke there. Like there was a internal monologue line there. Monica reaches into the pencil case, and she didn't refocus afterward. Yep, indeed. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Is this a literature activity? I again have to wonder if that is truly a literary activity. Oh, come on, Monica. Not everything we do has to be super literary. I know. I just couldn't resist the opportunity to tease. Go ahead, Natsuki. How are we going to do this? Well, I took the liberty of preparing some questions. 10 to be precise. I didn't come up with a game or anything like I did for the Newlywed Game thing. I just thought it would be fun to answer some Would You Rathers. It does sound fun. So, do you want to just ask and we'll answer, or question mark? Yeah, that'll be fine. Let me just grab the questions and... Wait, way better idea. I'll write the questions down and give them to everyone. And then you guys write down your answers with your names on them. And then we reveal them all at once at the end. That way you can't try to answer like everyone else. Plus, there's just more of a dramatic reveal that way. Alright then, let's get to writing. Where did you get some of these ideas, Natsuki? Most of them I thought of, some of them were on the internet. This one is really hard. I'm finding most of them fairly easy. The foreshadowing. Wait, but on this one I already cured cancer once. Yeah, but like all cancer? I see. Later? Cool. Everyone done? I think so, beloved. Let me just count this last batch, and... Yep, that's everyone's answers to everything. Let's get started. Our first question was, would you rather discover your attic was full of cockroaches or had a living person there you don't know? Oh, interesting. I mean... I'm just imagining. I mean... Like, I think my attic, I mean, I'm renting a room out of a house here. I'd probably go with a living person there you don't know, I guess. I mean, there are already people. I mean, I can't. I'm not going to say I don't know the people living up there, but I kind of feel like it wouldn't really impact me that much. Cockroaches, on the other hand, they're kind of gross. Um, the idea of roaches everywhere that it might eventually creep down to my kitchen area or whatever is unappealing. An issue of skill, as they say. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, moving on. The person. Maybe they'd be mean, but probably they just need a place to stay. Plus, cockroaches are gross. 10 Would You Rather hypotheticals. This episode stream is going to be a two-parter for sure. Oh, yeah, I know, right? Yeah, if I'm going to be contemplating every one of these and voicing my contemplations out loud. Anyway, cockroaches are gross. Cockroaches are gross, but it would be extremely troubling to me to find that an unknown person was living secretly in my house. Yeah, that's the other part of, I mean, like, finding an unknown person and you don't know anything about them, like, some people are going to have much more of a problem with the other person than roaches. Anyway, moving right along. I'd rather deal with the cockroaches. Assuming the person isn't an imminent danger to me when I discover them, the person. It's a lot easier to call the police to get someone out of your home than it is to deal with a cockroach infestation. Yeah, that's a fair point. Wouldn't it be disturbing to you, though, on a psychological level? Maybe a little, but so are the cockroaches, I think. And the fact that one of them is a lot less work to deal with kind of makes it easy for me. Yeah, that sounds logical. What about you, MC? This is kind of a hard one for me. I also don't mind the cockroaches too much, but I'd feel really bad kicking someone out of my house. That would be super awkward, and I wouldn't want to do that. So the cockroaches, I think, for me. I definitely prefer the random dude. Go kick his ass and send him on his way. Like Monka says, dealing with the bugs would probably mean I'd have to, like, fumigate or something. Can't be bothered. And with that, on to the next one. Wait, what's this on to the next one? Not next? Anyway. Would you rather that every single one of us have club presidency type awareness all the time and we could never turn it off? Or that we'd all forget about the super reality and none of us would ever have that awareness again? Well, I mean, yeah, I sort of imagine, like, Natsuki's kind of already expressed that she'd rather not have those powers, doesn't deal with them well. Excuse me. I can imagine that she wouldn't want to know about the super reality and all that. And but for everyone else, I sort of imagine they probably prefer to have the knowledge of the game. I don't know. I don't know. If it was me, I would prefer having the knowledge over not having it. And as for the whole question of apparently having the powers is some sort of source of stress, so much that even Monica wants to take turns having the handing the presidential powers around, even though she kind of wants it all the time. Yeah, you gotta mix it up. Yeah. 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 It's not. I don't know. It's not exactly clear how stressful it is for people, but we sort of have to make logical guesses about how much it affects. Anyway, I'm gonna move right along here. For me, it was easy. All of us forget about it. Yeah, no brainer there for me. Probably ask the others if they were okay with it first, if that were an option. If you forced me to pick one or the other immediately, I'd pick the option where everyone forgets. I pick that one too. I'd be kind of sad about it, I think, but that would definitely be better than the other one. It would be with some difficulty, but I too would choose for us to forget. Oh, interesting. I would have thought that Yuri would have had more trouble than that. Anyway. it would most likely be healthier, although I would grieve for the lost opportunities and connections. Then I suppose that's one of the benefits of forgetting. We would not know what we were missing. So yes, the forgetting option. Ah yes, the whole ignorance is bliss response. Meanwhile, I absolutely detest the idea of wiping my memory of something, let alone something so important. If it were just me that I had to decide for, it would be easy to pick being president all the time, but it's not. I would have to pick forgetting. Aw. She's, Could this be a sign of growth for Monica that she's thinking of her other club members? Like, every single one of them said, no, forget, and so she's going to say, no, forget, rather than forcing that knowledge on everyone. But then again, I mean, we established that Monica's a manipulative person by nature, and who knows how honest she is and stuff. I mean, I can't remember if I expressed it before. Like last session, I expressed that I had the idea that during that one season 2 sleepover when Monica stayed over at Sarah, or Sarah was staying with Monica. I don't know. One that slept over the others. I kind of wondered aloud if like Monica confessed to having a crush on Sairi or something like that, and that maybe fed into Sairi's blow up later on. Because that would seem to be the moment where Sairi started developing negative feelings toward Monica. And Dev's response was interesting. One of those things where I don't know if I should mention it to you because it might be spoilerish, but it's sort of implied that Monica's whole response to that entire thing was some kind of like I'm gonna say it anyway. Savvy content in club meetings never. Yeah. Clear to it in my Monica. Yeah. No, it's like anyway. The response from Dev seemed to imply that Monica's whole reaction to Sairi's blow up and all that was part of some kind of 4D chess game of manipulation. Like yes, she was bothered by Sairi being upset, but she played up the crying and running out of the room and all that for some reason. And you know, and I kind of look at that and go, okay, well, I mean, if all that was some kind of 4D chess thing, I can't remember if I talked about this last season, but yeah, if this was some kind of huge, you know, galaxy brain manipulation move, then it raises questions about what the heck are Monica's motivations? What are her character's motivations in this? You know, like I'm when I'm writing stories like my mods and so on, I'm always thinking about what are the characters' motivations, what are they thinking, what are they feeling, like what are they trying to accomplish at any given moment, at any given scene. And like Monica running out and then not attending the student council meeting where they were discussing the future of the club, and she's like leaving a lot to chance. I mean, the way it played out is the student council decided that they needed to have a teacher supervising them, which makes everything more difficult in what they're able to like freely discuss when they're in club. And you know, she couldn't have predicted that Masita was going to be the one chosen, and she couldn't have predicted that Masita would eventually come to know about the whole nature of the super reality and all that. So, like, whatever it was that whatever this 4D chess manipulation that Monica had going on, it involved taking a lot of substantial risks about like everything. I mean, like they said they've pretty well established that they don't want anyone else to find out about the nature of the game and the super reality and so on, because all kinds of unpredictable things could happen. um, uh, might might lead to all kinds of other difficulties. So, like, having the club be supervised, like it isn't even. I mean, okay. I mean, okay. Granted, like Monica could have had some aces in her back pocket kind of thing. Like she might have had some other plans and other contingencies if things really did go wrong. Maybe she still does. Um, but um, you know what I mean? Like whatever attempt of manipulation she was allegedly attempting there, it's kind of um, like why is this worth risking everything to you? Like you're risking you're risking your whole existence here, um, and it's like for what? Like what do you even get out of that? Was she doing it to try to make Sairi feel bad and hopes of helping her come around sooner? I don't know. I mean, it is clear that in some cases at least, like with the whole lobotomy thing, it certainly appeared that Monica completely lost control. Like I don't think Monica's planned for being lobotomized. Um, you know, so like there are circumstances when she's isn't completely in control, uh, but it's like I don't know if I'm making sense here. Like it just raises so many questions about what her goals are, what her motivations are. Um, like like it carries implications about um, what am I trying to say here? Yeah, like how much she's willing to risk with regards to her whole existence, and also uh, how much she risks with regard to the feelings of her friends. um, like it raises questions about how much does she even actually care about the feelings of her friends. Uh, I guess is part of it. Um, if she's like willing to essentially play with Sairi's emotions like that, when Sairi has abundant reason to feel hurt and feel angry and all that. Um, the reason I'm bringing all this up is because um, Monica picking forgetting here, like it's pretty well established at this point that like Monica has an all-consuming obsession with the player, and she's expressed many times that she would never want to lose the her knowledge of the super reality and so on. So that's what I'm saying. Like her claiming that she would have to pick forgetting, um, like at first glance, like on a surface level reading, you could say that she observed that all four of the others said they would prefer forgetting, and so she's picking forgetting uh, uh, because it's the option that everyone else would want, and therefore she doesn't want to force that on her friends. But if you take it in the context of Monica is the type of apparently type of person to engage in 4D chess manipulation, yada yada yada, then she could just be saying this. She could just be lying, because she knows that the lie will have no consequence, and she might as well. Therefore, she might as well pick the option which is going to endear her more to her friends. That's my whole roundabout way of that whole tangent was me trying to circle back to that point there. That's what I was trying to get at. I don't know. Well, anyway, I'm gonna move right along. I would have to pick forgetting because it would not be fair to everyone else to make them experience all that 24 hours a day forever. So yeah, even I would go with the forgetting option as it's presented, if only to save everyone else. And we thank you for it. Next question. Would you rather have hair for teeth or teeth for hair? Oh, yikes. Oh no. Awful Dusky, thank you. Yeah. Yeesh. Okay. I mean, given that, I'm just trying to imagine it. I guess I'd have to go with the hair for teeth option because the teeth for hair option. I mean, in addition to having, imagining like teeth sticking out over your head, like teeth sticking out over my face, teeth sticking out over like all other parts of the body. Would there be teeth in my underarms as well? Like teeth in other unmentionable areas? I mean, yikes. That sounds terrifying. Having hair growing in your mouth would be also kind of be horrible, but I mean, I don't know. At least you can trim hair, so I have to go with the hair for teeth option. Both of those options sound horrible, but they're horrible different ways. Anyway, moving right along. I hate this question. I hate the fact that you ever made me consider this hypothetical. You're welcome, Chief. Kind of figured we needed a sort of palate cleaner for this one, though, since the last one's kind of heavy. Palate clean. I think the typical expression is palate cleanser, but I guess palate cleaner works too. Anyway. True. Anyway, it's got to be teeth for hair for me. Kind heavy, pleasantly. Oh. Kind heavy, yeah. I got so caught up in cleaner that I didn't see the kind heavy, yeah. Oh well, anyway. It's gotta be teeth for hair for me. You really want to have teeth everywhere? I mean, okay. I mean, maybe she doesn't experience teeth everywhere. Anyway, it would look atrocious, but at least I could wear a hat. Feeling of hair as teeth in my mouth. Yeah. I mean, you don't just have hair on your head, though. But whatever. Yeah, same. Not a hard choice. I mean, maybe I could wear dentures and just shove the hair inside the dentures? Yeah, there you go. Exactly. It probably wouldn't be so bad if I could do that. Not really different. But I guess that kind of defeats the purpose of the question. So yeah, if I can't do that, teeth for hair. They're all picking that option? That sounds horrible. Anyway. But what if the teeth grow really long like hair does? That would be weird. Can I like trim my teeth hair? Maybe I'd have to have them extracted. Ow. Still though, I guess teeth for hair, all things considered. It is not particularly hard for me to say I'd take teeth for hair. Okay. Could rock the Darth Maul look, yeah. Yuri with hair that goes all the way down here. Like, would the teeth be similarly long? Anyway. Much as I would miss my hair, which I am very fond of. Yeah, I'd also take teeth for hair. That one was maybe too obvious. Really? Just a cable of teeth all the way down. Yeah. You say it's obvious, but like, for me, it's obvious the other way. I don't think you've considered the implications of having teeth growing everywhere. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Should have made it a little spicier, like maybe the teeth as hair do grow or something. Anyway, I don't know. I feel like maybe I should be taking. I'm just gonna make a note here. Teeth for hair? Question mark. And just take notes of things I might want to send emails in about. Anyway, moving on. Next one is this. Would you rather know exactly when and how you die if you had the chance or not? Yeah, interesting. That's an interesting question. I mean, it's one of those things like, for me, like, I on a general level, I prefer knowing things over not knowing things, but on the other hand, I can also see the benefit of not knowing, like, wanting to be surprised, so to speak. Like if you know when it's coming, then you're gonna spend time and anxiety and dreading it. But on the other hand, hey, maybe having a timeline will help me get things done. Because I've said it before, I'll say it again. Like I when I if I don't have a specific timeline for things, I have terrible self-discipline for getting things done. This is part of why it took me like 3 years to make Storm and Turquoise, for instance. And when I have like weekly to-do lists for myself. Like I talk about with my therapist. I say, well, I guess bi-weekly. I see I've bi-weekly therapist appointments, and like I typically I go for like 13 days and then do everything on the last day because that's the level of self-discipline I work with because I'm terrible at getting things done in time when I intend to. So hey, maybe knowing exactly when I'm going to die will help me. Maybe it'll help me get my life in order in some way. Like realizing, oh hey, I have a time limit now. I mean, I guess sort of technically I have a time limit anyway. That hasn't. Anyway, moving right along. I probably would not be able to avoid learning it, even though I probably shouldn't. I just wouldn't be able to help myself. Probably once I learned that I like drown at age 62 or whatever, I'd get really paranoid and stay away from beaches, and then die in the shower when I hit my head and drown in like 2 inches of water or something. Yeah, but it already said when and how. That's the condition of. Anyway, move right along. So, yeah, I probably want to know. I would not. I would worry too much about it. It's a lot easier to live life not knowing that with certainty, I should think. I should think. There's already enough doom hanging over our lives without seeing it in greater definition. This is a clear instance of ignorance being bliss and knowledge not bringing much of any good. Yeah, so it's same sort of circumstances like the club presidency thing, I guess. I agree with Yuri. No way. I feel like that'd make me really stressed out and upset. Especially if I died in some tragic or embarrassing way. I would want to know. I feel like it would bring me a lot of comfort to know. Sometimes I worry a lot about whether I'll die in some way that brings pain to a lot of people unnecessarily. Hopefully I'd find out that I die a long time from now of old age or something and not by suicide in the immediate future. Weirdly, I think that would actually help me feel better. Because I could say, okay, me, I know it seems really bad right now, but you'll get through it. You know you will because the magic thing that helps you know when you die says you will. That'd be really, really comforting to know. Yeah, I can see where Sarah's coming from there. Yeah. Yeah. Yuri Mythos horror enjoyers no support to open the forbidden book. Yeah. Tough choice for me. On the one hand, I do very much want to know things, and I keep having the thought, if I know when and how, that means I can do something to prevent it. Even though that's clearly not how the question works, I guess I wouldn't want to know. If I knew, that would feel too demoralizing. It would give me certainty that I would die. Yeah. I mean, Monica's expressed that she hates death before, so yeah. And I don't want that. I'd like to have hope about that kind of thing. Hope that you may be immortal. Is that too much for a girl to ask? But yeah, I know it's likely inevitable, at least in the very long run, because even the simulating universe will die one day. But I don't want to know if it is. I like to live my life thinking there's a way out of it. So no, I wouldn't want to know. That's a good question, though. It's a good question, though. Very thoughtful. Yeah, finally got one with a good spread of answers. Let's see, what was the next one? Ah, right. Would you rather be blind or deaf? Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. It's another tough one. I mean, send me for fresh mail, BRB. Sure, sure. Um. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a tough one. I like, I'd rather not be disabled in the first place, but I sort of imagine, that being blind would have more would be more problems than being deaf. I don't know. I guess I lean towards being deaf because I can still you know I can still like read and stuff. Can still play games, albeit without a soundtrack. Like I miss out on being able to hear music, I suppose. But I mean, there's sign language to work around that. It would give me an excuse to learn sign language for that matter. There's a YouTube series that was like learn sign language in 31 days, and I keep meaning to. I went partway through it, and then I don't know, got caught up in other things and forgot to come back to it. I've kind of already forgotten everything I did learn, but it'd be interesting to learn. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I sort of feel like being blind would just have too many, too many problems. I guess I don't know. This is just me taking my sight for granted. Anyway, I'm moving along. Nancy, how about you? Deaf, pretty easy one for me. I really like being able to see. It's because of video games, isn't it? Hey, I couldn't see my girlfriend's beautiful face anymore, and that would be hard to live with. Video games, while still obviously important, are secondary. But yeah, just rely on my sight for more stuff in general. Seems like it would be a little easier to get by without hearing, although it would suck. What about you? Probably also keep your sight? Well, yeah, obviously. Video games. And yeah, like my beautiful girlfriend's delightful face and stuff. What a relief. But also definitely video games. Plus, just how much of the stuff I like doing requires sight. Can't do soccer or basketball by ear, you know? Have to find some listening-based hobbies. Or, I don't know, touch, taste, or smell-based hobbies. Yeah. Probably not smell-based hobbies. Oh, I'd probably get really good at baking. My palate would probably get really refined if I lost my sight. I wonder. Nah, video games, that really seals it. No contest. So, yeah, I choose going deaf. Who's next? It's a really hard question for me. There's so many nice things about both hearing things and seeing things. Really losing either one would be really bad for my depression, I think. I rely on both of them so much. Obviously, I've talked a lot about how I use music to help manage my feelings, but I think seeing might be even more important. Being able to see things is such a nice distraction sometimes. I don't just mean looking at MC. Although that really helps. But I mean, like, even just looking at stuff like the side of a soda can or something, that kind of stuff is full of details you can look at to take your mind off things, at least temporarily. Plus, yeah, I also like video games. So, yeah, I'd keep my sight too. And I've been thinking about it the whole time, and I still don't know what I'd do. like the others say, there's a lot that's good about keeping your sight, but even if I'm not as big a video game player, it's just easier to live your day-to-day life, I imagine. But hearing is really important to me. Music has ended up being such a wonderful thing in my life, it would be really hard to let it go. I feel like if I became deaf, I'd constantly try to hear music just in my head. I'd be frustrated because I'd forget what songs sound like. Yeah. I was thinking the same thing. I didn't mention it, but I was thinking that, like, if I lost my sense of hearing, that I'd be stuck with just the memories of songs that are playing in my head, and it's one of those things that everyone gets like songs stuck in their head from time to time. I find that the best cure for getting a song stuck in my head is to play the song in question, and then it goes away. That's something I've observed for a long time, and didn't really have an explanation for it. But somebody said that the reason people get songs stuck in their head is they don't necessarily remember how the song goes, and your brain is trying to put it together and trying to remember how it ends. So actually playing it gives your brain that closure, I guess, which makes sense. Anyway, moving right along. Plus, I couldn't play music anymore. Really, I could try, but I couldn't hear it. Yeah, you know what? I'd pick losing my sight over losing my hearing. Oh, wow. Okay. The music thing really determines it for me. A very brave choice. I also considered keeping my hearing. Sound is so very lovely, I would hate to part with it. But even aside from the difficulty of navigating without sight, there are so many beautiful sights to see, and they tend to affect me even more than sound. Most especially my beautiful girlfriend's delightful face, of course. Losing hearing it is then for me. Fair enough. Next up. Oh, phone call. Phone call? What's going on here? You guys mind if we pause just a second? I've been expecting this call and I don't want to make her wait. Should only take a second. Make her wait? Sure, of course. Great, I'll be right back. Anyone know what this is about? Yuri? I do not. I do know that Natsuki is much more agitated about missing phone communications ever since she missed Fuyuki telling her about her cancer diagnosis. Welcome back. But this does not seem that serious, especially if she was expecting the call. I wonder what it's about. Yeah. Oh, we're gonna cut to Natsuki now? Yeah, thanks for calling. I know it's been hard with all the phone tags. Hiroko? Oh, okay. So is her friend back in high school? Hiroko was one of the ones that wasn't graduating yet, right? Or am I mixing it up? Or had she graduated? I don't recall. I'm sure that was all expressed in the previous season. Hiroko graduated but did not go here? Yeah, okay. I had a feeling that was the case. Anyway. So it's important. I mean, it sounds almost slightly urgent, and you're not usually urgent. It's not really that urgent. It's just, we were friends for a long time, and we're still friends. How's Liami, by the way? I haven't heard much from her. I haven't had too much time to spend with her yet. Things are busy here for everyone. I'm sure we'll hang out soon, though. That actually reminds me, Sayori's a roommate. That reminds me? What? What? The use of the H word will hang out soon? Is that what remind you, Natsuki, or is that unintentional? That one was on purpose? Sure. I was like, I saw the H word. I was about to comment on it. I was like, I've overdone the hanging references. But anyway, Sayori's a roommate. Really? That should be interesting. They're very different people. They sure are. Anyway, listen. The reason I'm calling is I just wanted to check in on you and how you're doing. How's art school going? Well, I'd say it's going great. I'm learning something pretty amazing basically every day. And even just being around this many people that do art, being exposed to all their different styles and ideas, it's really inspiring. I'm enjoying it a lot. Well, that's good to hear. Natsuki taking a social call in the middle of her the club gathering. Hmm. Eh, hmm. She's leaving everybody leaving everybody waiting for her here. Anyway, so you don't feel like constrained by art school at all? You don't feel like constrained by art school at all, do you? Is this Natsuki projecting a little? Is she feeling constrained by her college choices? Or maybe she's is this her being conscious of maybe constraining the others since uh, everyone moved to the school just to be with her because this is the only college that she got accepted to. Anyway, like it's cramping your style or anything. Is this a clumsy attempt to try to get me to go to college with you guys? No, no, nothing like that. I'm really glad you went to art school. I was just wondering if it was working for you, or maybe you did vibe with it. That's a really specific thing to ask, Nowski. The answer is no, but why worry about that? Like, it's hard to explain, but like, have you ever had a dream about some really weirdly specific outcome about someone in your life and it stuck with you as something that could really happen to them? Um, that's a curious way to phrase it. Anyway, I think I understand what you're saying. Yeah, so you had a dream about me feeling penned in by art school? Well, it wasn't a dream exactly. It's hard to explain. She, is she referring to the mod that Monica made at the end of last season? I don't know. I did have that same feeling where it made me worry for you, you know? I want you to quit art school and come here. Oh, that would be awesome. Here's my assumption. Yeah. That's what I mean, any instance where Natsuki's saying it would be hard to explain. Like it's hard to explain, it's hard to explain. Um, yeah, she said it a few times here. Presumably that means she's referring to some game stuff. And Monica's mod would be the obvious choice in that respect. Anyway, moving on. That would be awesome. I just wanted to make sure you were doing all right and you were happy. So you get past that weird nagging feeling. Your weird nagging feeling from your weird not dream? Right. Well, Natsuki, you're very strange and you're also very sweet. And no, I don't feel limited by art school at all. I'm very happy here. Rather than feeling limited, I feel expansive, like worlds are opening up to me I never thought about before. It's wonderful. That's good to know. Makes me feel a lot better. Well, hey, listen. I was in the middle of something when you called, but I just wanted to check in. Can I call you this weekend? We can catch up. You can tell me all about your cool art school domain expansion stuff. Sure, Natsuki. I'll let you go then. Be safe down there. I will. Bye, Hiroko. Bye. Okay. Sorry about that. Who was it? It's Hiroko from school. Like, our last school. I've been wanting to check up on her, told her I'd call back later. That's very kind of you. Well, of course it is. I am an extremely kind person. But anyway, we were in the middle of Would You Rather before all that. So, would you rather cure all cancer everywhere or end world hunger by making sure everyone always had enough food? uh, I mean, yeah, for this question, I mean, okay, ending world hunger would that's the base of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So like it's like the more important thing. But theoretically, we could already do that. We just need to do something about capitalism. I mean, currently, like the world has an overabundance of food. It's just capitalism keeps it from reaching some people who need it. You know, like I mentioned it before. Like my time working in retail, working at Walmart, made me very conscious of how very much food gets thrown out. Like perfectly good food gets thrown out on a regular basis, constantly, every day. And in grocery stores, supermarkets, restaurants, everywhere, all over. Food that could easily go to, I don't know, feed homeless or whatever, but they're not going to do it because it's not economical to do so, and thanks to capitalism, throwing out perfectly good food is the you know, they're it's an economical option. Yeah, ad break is imminent. I should probably I'll come back to this. I will be right back. And back again. Anyway, as I was saying, um, yeah, between the choice, given the choice between curing cancer and curing world hunger, um, like I lean towards curing all cancer everywhere because like that's the one that's harder to do. Like ending world hunger, we're already capable of doing that. We're like um, yeah, like it's like it's just a matter of redistributing existing resources. Like we can already do it. It's just that in its current form, capitalism incentivizes wasting food. Um, and, and again, I try to I keep uh, whenever capitalism comes up in these sort of discussions, I try to emphasize like I'm not saying that um, necessarily that capitalism needs to be done away with altogether. It needs more checks and balances in the system. Um, like I think like governments need to act as the checks and balances. Unfortunately, in a lot of cases, they make it worse. But like a universal basic income would be a good thing. So yeah, like on the one hand, like ending world hunger would probably have a more immediate and larger benefit for a lot of people. But like curing cancer is the one that's actually hard to do. And um, like if we're talking about being able to magically make things better, um, then like cure like better to use that magic for curing cancer than I don't know, generating food or whatever when we already have food. Um, and again, I mean, maybe if we end world hunger, maybe it'll maybe it'll help the people in Gaza. I this is a good as time as any to mention that they're still starving over there because the um, yeah, as Israeli forces are still like blockading the area and stopping anyone from coming into the war zone, including people who are trying to provide aid. Like there's like food isn't reaching them. They are starving over there, which is already sad without the fact that for whatever reason, various world governments seem to want to support Israel instead of Gaza. I don't know. It's a bit of a mess. It's kind of thing like there's some very disingenuous people that if you criticize Israel's clear attempt at genocide there, they're trying to kill those people there, and like innocent people, like they men, women, and children, like they're as much as they're saying, oh, they're defending against terrorism, trying to stop Hamas or whatever. Um, they're hitting non-military targets, and they're killing innocent people, and it's like it's one of those things that makes I just and if you criticize Israel, you get some disingenuous people will like accuse you of being like anti-Semite or whatever, whatever that word is. um, it's like um, it's I don't. It's like no. I guess that's just a really disingenuous argument I made. It's not an expression of hatred against Jewish people to say that Netanyahu's forces shouldn't be committing genocide. Um, for whatever reason, world governments seem to have picked side with someone who's the clear aggressor in the conflict. I don't know. It's one of those things that I take issue with, but it's depressing to know that there's like people are suffering and dying over there, and there's nothing I can do about it. Like I've donated money to the Palestinian Relief Fund and all that. I'm saying, yeah, definitely disingenuous to align any argument against as an attack on them. Yeah, exactly. Like, I can be against genocide without being anti-Semitic. Like, it's it's a little weird that it has to be said. um, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I just sorry. It's just the comment about ending world hunger just reminded me of that. There are people starving to death over there, and food is being deliberately withheld from them. Like Netanyahu's forces are blockading and stopping anyone trying to bring food to them, which is really messed up. Like they're stopping food from reaching civilians. Like it's not a wartime thing. They're not trying to prevent terrorism. It's just straight up genocide. They're trying to kill the Palestinian people, and it's pretty messed up. And then you've got Trump saying, "Oh, we're going to rebuild Gaza and just move all the people out of there." No word what he thinks is going to be done with all the people. He's just, but just generally very much in favor of continuing the conflict there. It makes it really bizarre that he wants a peace prize, but whatever. Yeah. Against Bibi and the Israeli government without being into Israel as a whole. Yeah, a lot of Israelis are not on board with this. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, there's still there's some, like, even within Israel itself, there's protests of the war and so on, but President Netanyahu of Israel is very dead set on his genocidal conflict, and is even expanding his conflict into other areas, like the bombed Iran not too long ago. Again, in using self-defense as an excuse. That one got backed by the U.S. as well. I don't know, so much depressing stuff going on in the world. I mean, I guess the whole reason I'm bringing this up is like a part of me is tempted to just say end world hunger just so that I can get some food to them for once, magically. So all the barriers to ending world hunger are artificial. Like I'm reminded of some years ago. Elon Musk put out some post or something, I think on Twitter probably. I don't remember exactly where he said it. He said that if someone would come up with a plan for ending world hunger, he'd do it, and he apparently put it out as some kind of gotcha thing, like he didn't expect anyone to do it, and some UN agency put together a comprehensive plan for ending world hunger, which would cost him $4 billion, and he didn't go through with it, and instead spent $44 billion on Twitter. It shows where his priorities are. Anyway. Okay, enough depressing stuff. I'm gonna move on. Would you rather cure all cancer everywhere or end world hunger by making sure everyone always had enough food? I always feel so terrible when I think of anyone going hungry. I've never been really hungry, like starving. It's just so terrible. No one should have to starve. Plus, probably more people die of starvation than of cancer. I mean, that's true. That's part of my hesitation there. Like, people dying of starvation is a lot more. It's going to be more common than cancer. I would expect. The only reason I would lean towards curing cancer option is because it's like the other one we can already cure theoretically if we collectively as a society made that a priority. Anyway, I don't know though. Still, I'd say let's get rid of hunger. Actually, the numbers are very close. 9 million people die of starvation a year, and about 10 million of some kind of cancer. That statistic alone is enough for me to get rid of cancer. Or rather, more cancer than I have already. But even on top of the numbers, both these things are terrible, but world hunger seems like the easier to solve problem. There you go, see? We have enough food in the world to feed everyone, and we just don't, for one reason or another. It's a problem that's within our grasp to solve already, if we really wanted to. Cancer, on the other hand, I've learned a lot about cancer over the past few years, and it's extremely complex. We're not really close to getting rid of it all. Close to getting rid of it at all, despite a lot of research being used for that purpose. Oh yeah, and the other part of it is there are some powerful lobbying groups that are that have a vested interest in avoiding finding a cure for cancer because it makes them more money to treat the cancer. But I don't know. That's it might be sounding a little conspiracy theorist-ish, but it's like that is a thing that goes on. Anyway, capitalism strikes again. So getting rid of it seems like very much an easier decision. Could you get rid of all cancer everywhere in the simulation, Monica? No, I don't think so. Figuring out how to help Fuyuki alone took me a very, very long time. And it was very particular to her situation and body and the parts of the simulation she inhabits. There's no way I could generalize any of that work to the whole world. Even if I spent centuries and centuries on it, I don't think I could do it. Yeah, again, this Dev having to put guardrails somewhere on the limits of presidential power in this. Anyway, dang. I also learned a lot about cancer when Fuyuki was sick, and it effing sucks. It's just such a stupid effing disease. I hate it. So that's what I'd get rid of. Yeah, me too. It's just such a sad disease. Not that the fact that anyone starves to death isn't sad, but just, I don't know, cancer just feels so terrible. Everything Monica said made a lot of sense too. Anyway, yeah, I also picked cancer. Cancer is a terrible disease and a creator of many tragedies. Easy. And yet, the existence of hunger in the world to such an extent feels obscene to me. It should not be allowed. It speaks ill of us as a species, as a group of thinking and reasoning creatures. I would have to get rid of hunger. It just makes me feel more disgusted with humanity, I suppose. Interesting. Another close 3-2 split on that one. Not what I expected, honestly. Let's move on to a happier one. This one is, would you rather be able to speak to animals or be able to speak every human language? Yeah, that's an interesting one. Excuse me. Yeah, throat getting very rough. Yeah, these DDLC streams, just doing so much talking seems to make my throat get rougher faster. Blah. Anyway, yeah, tough question. I don't know, like, being able to speak to animals, are we assuming that the animals become sentient in this case? Does it mean all animals? Like, do insects count too? Like, am I gonna have insects talking to me constantly? That might drive me mad, actually. Being able to speak every human language might be the preferable option. The voice acting on top of a lot of talking really work in the voice box. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I'm trying to drink lots of water to compensate. I don't know how much it helps. But yeah, I don't know. I think I kind of lean towards being able to speak every human language. Although, again, because of the whole magical option thing, being able to speak to animals could be very interesting. Like, what form does this take for one thing? Like, does it mean like, or be able to speak to them as other sentient beings, or just being able to be understood by them? Or does it mean that we understand them? I mean, if they remain non-sentient, then there's probably there's probably very little to be able to communicate and stuff. Although, you know, being able to talk to like the more intelligent animals, like say like, you know, dolphins or whales and so on, being able to communicate with them and talk to them about everything going on in the world could be very interesting. Or, you know, like gorillas, chimpanzees, some of the, you know, the more intelligent animals in the world could be very interesting to be able to communicate with. But yeah, I don't know. Being able to speak every human language, I mean, that could be interesting too. I can just travel anywhere in the world and just immediately fit in. That could be cool. Although, I mean, in my present state, I mean, well, for one thing, I'm unemployed at the moment and not in the best position to travel. And also just generally anxiety and so on about going out in crowds and so forth makes that difficult for me at present. I don't know, it's a tough one. Yeah, I don't know. Might lean towards speaking to animals. It could be just, you know, go with the magical option just to for the just interesting aspect of it. I don't know if I'd be able to convince people that I'm able to talk to animals, though. I don't know. Anyway, moving on. This isn't super easy for me. Definitely animals. I can become, like, the best vet ever. Ooh, yeah, that would be cool. Plus, it'd be amazing to be able to talk to random animals everywhere and understand all their communications. Yeah, that's a fair point. Hey, maybe that would help me find direction in my life. I mean, at present, I'm kind of, like, in a state of, like, not sure what to do with myself, but, like, you know, could be instead to become a vet. Like, like, I imagine that one of the things that makes being a vet difficult would be the difficulty in communicating what you're going to do to the animals, like, particularly if you're doing something that's stressful to them, you know? Like if you're giving them a shot or something. Anyway, that would be exciting. I agree. Of course, it would be extremely useful to be able to speak every human language. In theory, though, you could, if you worked very hard at it, speak the language of any human you were likely to come across ever. Yeah, that's the other side of it. It's like the cancer versus world hunger one. It's like picking the impossible one, which can only be done by magic, versus one that you could theoretically do anyway. Being given a superpower helps determine direction for sure. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Enough languages just to earn a living from knowing so many. Sorry, enough languages just to earn a living from knowing so many languages. But no matter what you did, learning to speak with animals is impossible without the question. That's a magical, ungettable opportunity otherwise. So yeah, speak with animals for me. Me too. I probably wouldn't talk to a lot of people who didn't speak very many other languages anyway, besides the one I already speak to. And that is true even more so for me. Ha, yeah. So I too would choose to speak with animals. Natsuki? Yeah, this one's another one that's actually pretty easy when you think about it. Animals, too easy. Let's move on to the next one. Would you rather slam your fingers in a car door once as hard as possible, or people's reactions to the first option, or bite down hard on a metal file and then while you're biting on it, I pull it out of your mouth really fast? Okay. I mean, obviously, both of those are unpleasant. Um, yeah, I mean, slamming fingers in a car door once as hard as possible. I mean, implies that you like. I mean, what kind of car door are we talking about? Is it a Tesla? Or are we going to talk about losing fingers? Like, like I've had my finger closing a car door before. I mean, there is a bit of space there. I mean, I think. I mean, it probably depends on the car model. But the whole thing, uh, biting down on a metal file. I don't know. It, okay, like the enamel in teeth is known to be the hardest substance in the body. So I mean, maybe your teeth could take it. Although, like, I mean, like metal file against teeth is like it could be like the whole nails on a blackboard effect. It's like absolutely horrifying, Nusky. Thank you. Yeah. Slam Tesla, the door may fall off before doing any real damage. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah. um, yeah, we're talking about biting on the metal file. We're talking about like biting on via incisors or molars. How big a file are we talking about? How rough of a surface of a metal file are we talking about? I don't know. I mean, the enamel of teeth can probably take the abrasion from the file more so than fingers can stand the being slammed in the car door. It depends on, again, it might depend on the car door. Like, going with the metal file and teeth option might be the better option. Because, you risk, like, depending on what kind of, frick, car door or whatever, like, you might be risking, like, losing fingers or breaking fingers. And, like, I'm reminded of, like I have a former girlfriend who's a paramedic who told a story of being called to there's a kid who had dislocated a finger and was like, okay, we're better to take the kid to the hospital and let them reset the finger. And the parents were like, just what are you doing? Just reset the finger. It's just a finger. And it's like, you never say it's just a finger. I mean, you don't want to lose your fingers. You lose your finger, you use your fingers every day. Like it's the kind of thing. Like, as a paramedic, she knows enough about anatomy to know that there's a lot that can go wrong if you set the finger wrong. Like nerves and muscles that can be severed or whatever, and it's better to take X-rays first to make sure it's being done right. Anyway, yeah, I guess I'm leaning towards the tooth one, I guess. Anyway, that's an amazingly specific and terrible situation. Did you think of this question? Nah, I found it on the internet. I guess that explains things. I mean, yeah. Anyway, while slamming fingers in a car door would really hurt, it is manageable. Nosuke didn't say anything about where the fingers have to be. If you put them in the door up high, which is where the window is, yeah, see, yeah, up there's that's where there's some space and like rubber insulation and stuff. Yeah, the door has less mass up there. And anyway, you'd probably have your fingers up there anyway in a real life situation. So if you put your fingers up there, it'll sting, but it won't cause much lasting damage. Whereas the teeth thing very well might. Yeah, the teeth thing might be a bit too hardcore. Even I would immediately pick slamming the fingers. Obviously. Honestly, even thinking of that thing with the file makes my entire mouth feel strange. I don't like it. Yeah. I'd much rather deal with a sharp acute sting. Much better than permanent tooth damage and whatever that feels like. Yeah, the tooth file thing sounds awful. I know exactly what Yuri means when she says it makes her mouth feel weird. It makes my teeth feel weird, like in particular. No way I would do that. I'd slam my fingers any day. Sounds like this was probably another too easy one, MC. Nah, I do the metal file thing. Ruins Farhi's reactions. Probably wouldn't damage your teeth that badly. It probably wouldn't even hurt much. Yeah, I mean, it would be unpleasant, but like I said, like the enamel in teeth is it's pretty strong. Like it has to be. It's designed to grind stuff up, and it's and hey, even if the teeth were damaged, like there are like dental procedures that help with that. No, I'd win. Yeah, yeah. Even the bottom of your tooth isn't gonna hurt that bad. Bottom of your tooth? Yeah. Nerve is down in the root after all. So yeah, teeth file thing for me. Huh. Yeah. MC truly is built different. Well, let's see. 2 more to go. Next one is, would you rather be able to sleep 1 hour to be fully rested for the next 23, or would you rather be able to eat anything you want, and no matter what you ate, it would be nutritionally optimal and never too much or too little? I'm kind of leaning towards the food one, personally. I mean, I wouldn't... I don't have the best diet. I mean, it's not terrible. Like, I try to get... That was well timed. Thank you, Goka. Great. Food one easy? Yeah. I mean, I can definitely see how some people would prefer the sleep 1 hour to be well rested for the next 23. Ooh, well rested. That's Should have thought of ketchup. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I mean, like, frankly, I eat more junk food than is probably wise for someone my age. It's funny, you know, like my younger brother you know, is experiencing blood pressure issues and is having to modify his diet, which is interesting to me because I haven't. I mean, I pay some attention to my diet, but I do eat more junk food than is probably wise. Like, I have noticed I've got a bit of a gut. Like, I try to exercise it off. Like, you know, like I do sit-ups and crunches daily, and also from time to time I you know, get my aerobic exercise with bike rides, and I think it helps. But being able to eat anything I want and it being nutritionally optimal, never too much or too little, you know, has some appeal. But on the other hand, sleep 1 hour, like I can see how the sleep 1 hour to be fully rested for the next 23. I can see how that could have some appeal for some people. Like for me, like I like having the time to sleep. Like I value like I get terrible insomnia. Um, um, so I don't know. I value having the time to just lie down and sleep. It's for one thing, it's a like even the time leading into sleep is a time to let my let my imagination go and my you know thoughts run wild, and which probably contributes to the insomnia really, but if I'm honest, if it probably makes it harder to fall asleep. But I find like that's the time when I'm most creative. I think when I'm just lying there in the darkness with just my thoughts and come up with all like my story ideas and so on. Pick the first one without even seeing the second option. Yeah, but yeah, like I can also see the some people hate having to sleep and would love to be more productive. Um, the part that makes this option tempting to me is when it says the fact that it says fully rested for 23 hours. Because imagine not getting tired. Spend 23 hours and not feeling tired. Um, and again, this is one of those questions where we're talking about like magic working here, basically. Um, it's like just part of the reason my streaming schedule is so weird and all over the place is because I have to be in the right state of mind. I have to be right level of being rested and like have the have to have eaten recently and so on. Like I have to be in the right headspace. Like even now, I can feel. I feel like my as much as I'm trying, like I keep going on the Tormund's tangents anyway. But it's like I feel like my commentary suffers when I'm like not well rested, or if I'm feeling tired, or if I'm feeling groggy, or whatever, or otherwise distracted. Like right now, it is feeling like that somewhat. I mean, I'm conscious of moments when there are long pauses where I'm trying to collect my thoughts. Um, yeah, like the last time I streamed one of these episodes 2 weeks ago, I feel like I feel like I was more on the ball in terms of forming commentary and stuff. This today I feel like I'm struggling a bit. It's not too bad, but it's like I can definitely see the appeal. Like just for the fact it says fully rested has immediate appeal. But yeah, weighing that against being able to eat, I can eat as much ice cream as I want. I'm fond of ice cream, uh, and that being perfectly okay could be cool. Um, yeah, I don't know. I can see the appeal of both of them. I can already imagine Monica would pick the sleep one. Like she would want to be productive. Can help her scheming and her manipulative machinations probably. Um, yeah, I don't know. I can imagine Siri picking the food one. Yeah. I do want to pick one. I do want to pick one for myself before moving on, though. I can see the appeal of both of them. Everyone else food one, yeah. Like a girl boss, yeah. um, I mean, the fact that it says no matter what you eat, it's never too much or too little, and it's nutritionally optimal no matter what. That could be a money saving option. Um, as I approach, uh, I mean, I'm not at that level of poverty yet, but conceivably, if I don't get a job in the next, I'm going to say, year or so, um, uh, being able to get away with eating less could become important. Terms tangents trademark 2025. Exactly. It's not actually trademarked, but yeah. um, I don't know. I could see some money saving benefit in just the any food being nutritionally optimal. um, and hey, maybe I could lose that uh, bit of tummy that I'm sometimes somewhat self-conscious of. It's not that bad. I'm conscious of it because I used to be really skinny. Um, because I had a huge growth spurt at age 15 where I just I just shot right up and took a while for my weight to catch up. Just really skinny for a long time. um, but yeah, I don't know. Weighing these against each other, it's tough. Like the fully rested aspect is tempting in itself, because frankly, and I think this is one of those things that like my anxiety feeds into things. Like I think like anxiety is tiring. Um, I've had anxiety issues for a long time, and especially in recent years, like because I follow world politics more closely than maybe I should. This is a point that my therapist has talked about a number of times, but oh dear, it's a good way to get tired very quickly. Oh yeah. Yeah, I probably think about world politics more than I probably should be, and yeah, it's the anxiety is very tiring, and it's a kind of tiring that sleep doesn't seem to cure, or maybe I'm just not getting a good enough sleep, and it's I mean it's sort of a frustrating spiral of feeling tired all the time, but not being able to sleep and not being able to get things that I want done because I'm too tired. Um, it's just feeling a constant feeling of being exhausted. And it's hampered my job search. I'm gonna say. um, to put it mildly. Um, like just for that, I mean, the sleep one would probably be good. If I can just feel well rested for 23 hours straight and not feel tired constantly, that could probably help like everything that I've got going on, frankly. And I mean, as much as unlimited ice cream could be nice, um, probably the sleep one is the one I'd go with. That probably it's one that's ultimately the most helpful. Again, pick the magical option. I mean, both of them are magical options, but like, it's the more untenable magical option. Whereas this one, I can just manage my nutrition by being careful. Anyway, moving right along. For me, obviously, it would be eating whatever I wanted, and I probably don't even have to ask what Sayuri would choose. Yeah, I can see. Yeah, Natsuki. Yeah, I get. Natsuki. Coming from a place of poverty. Um, she doesn't. If she doesn't have to eat much to survive, then that probably helps her. Plus, the whole baking thing, being able to make baked goods all the time, probably help her. Anyway. moving on. If it were just how I am right now, I'd probably choose the sleep thing. I don't get enough sleep a lot of the time. Oh, right, sorry. Well, it's not just that. I also basically do eat whatever I want, and it doesn't affect me too much. Doesn't affect your weight, maybe, but I can't help thinking that your diet doesn't help you feel better. Yeah, that's probably true. And that's why I wrote Sayuri as bulimic in turquoise. Yeah. Yeah, speaking of which, I've gotten back to... I've been reading through a DDLC fanfiction entitled Cherry Wine, which, funnily enough, much like Turquoise, also apparently has a Sayuri / Monica romance in it, although it's much slower burn than Turquoise. That's the low bar, though, and also deals with Sayuri having bulimia. I've had people ask if I was inspired by Cherry Wine when I made Turquoise, and I honestly wasn't aware of it at all. Plus, I started working on Turquoise 3 years before I released it, and I had the headcanon of Sayuri being bulimic anyway before that. So, yeah, I came up with that long before Cherry Wine was a thing. But yeah, it handles this fanfiction handles everything very differently. Like it's hard to get through, honestly. I mean, I feel obligated to read it just because it gets compared to my own work, but very heavy in dealing with the bulimia in that it is because it's told from Sayuri's perspective, but it's third person present tense rather than first person, and basically Sayuri's eating disorder is something she focuses on like 24/7 in that story. Like in Turquoise, it was a thing that came up from time to time, and like it does have some measure of presence in Sayuri's mind, but it wasn't a constant presence. Whereas this, it's like she's constantly counting calories and and constantly worrying about people finding out about it, and it's just kind of constantly having effect on her self-worth, and yeah, like I said, it's just kind of really heavy in how it handles it. So I don't know. I'm still sort of slowly powering through it. I've gotten 17 chapters deep, and I think it was I think there was like 31 chapters in it. Yeah, the Sayuri Monica dynamic is it's slow moving. I mean, the entire plot is slow moving. Like I'm trying to think back. Like I've read 17 chapters. Like how much has even happened in it? Like it's it really gets bogged down in the bulimia thing and not wanting to move things forward on any plot front. But we'll see where it goes. Anyway, enough rambling about that. Moving right along. Yeah, that's probably true. You know, I think I have to pick eating whatever food I want. For that reason, but also, I probably won't keep being able to eat whatever I want without gaining weight. Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of thing that catches up with you with age. Yeah, anyway. So that would be nice to be able to keep doing as I get older. Plus, MC is right. I probably would feel better if I ate better. And food is an easy pick for me also. Having a few more hours a day would be nice, but eating whatever I want, forget about it. That would be amazing. For me, it'd be the sleep. I exercise a lot and tend to prefer healthy food anyway. Yeah. But having 4 to 7 extra hours a day would be amazing. I get so much more done. Or have a lot more time to relax, at least if I needed it. Grind queen, yeah. The 1 hour of sleep is a clear choice for me. You you said 4 to 7 hours of sleep? Do you often sleep 4 hours a night? Not that often. Don't worry about me so much. Well, I mean, thinking back to my own college experience, there were extended periods when I was getting 3 hours of sleep a night. Um, it you know it happens. I mean, between college work and homework and studying and working a part-time job and also participating in shows, like it's a bit much. Leverage synergies, yeah. Sometimes they do. It's definitely not the norm, though. Do take care of yourself, Monica, especially now that you're in college. Again, Yuri, you, earlier today, you cut yourself, and you did it in front of a loved one when she was begging you not to do it. Like, hypocrite much? Like, anyway, moving on. I suspect you'll be under more pressure, not less, to stay up too late and wake up too early. Get enough sleep. I'll do my best. As for me, I would certainly choose the food. I am somewhat the opposite of Monica. I do not typically have any trouble with getting adequate sleep. That was self-care. Yeah. No, I get it. It's I mean, I get it in a lexical sense, if not an empirical sense. I don't know. It was enrichment. Oh yeah. I mean, I get that it is from Yuri's perspective. It is some sort of damage control, so to speak, in that whatever emotional, anxious reaction that she's got going on in her head is somehow worse than whatever pain she experiences, and other consequences of the self harm. I mean, I don't know. He hasn't really talked about it's not just the immediate pain of the self harm. There's also like there are other medical complications that come from having cuts open regularly. It's a constant vector for disease to get in for one thing. Um, like there are better options for release from that sort of emotional difficulty. Like has Yuri even considered like medication, for instance? Although I mean I don't know, maybe she wants to keep her mind sharp and doesn't want to deal with side effects or something. It's sharp, so to speak. Um, it's just like I don't know. She needs to have better options. Like I've heard um, like the point that I've emphasized when stuff surrounding like depression, suicidal ideation, impulses for self harm come up. Like sometimes it's a matter of finding something else to do to distract yourself from the feelings, from those sorts of feelings. Um, I have heard of for some people it's the tactile thing of the self harm and drawing on themselves what is an alternative for the self harm. One that doesn't have lasting effects. um, Whatever. Anyway, moving right along. I do not typically have any trouble with getting adequate sleep, and I actually like being asleep and dreaming. Even if I did not need to, I think I would from time to time. From time to time, I enjoy it. Yeah, ad break coming up in 3.5 minutes, FYI. But also, I have to be very careful about what I eat. I gain weight easily and lose it with difficulty. It would be nice to not have to worry about that as much. So yes, the food option for me. So that makes 4 for food without limits and Monica for the power sleep schedule. Welcome back, capitalism, yeah. Surprising no one, probably. Time for the last question. In this one, you need to imagine that during the base game, Ria and Miss Ida were around. Okay. And that Monica has done the whole Act 2 thing to them to scare the player away from them. Okay. Sorry, Monica, just roll with it. The question is, would you rather spend time around Act 2 Ria or Act 2 Miss Ida? Act 2 Ria or Act 2 Miss Ida? What would Act 2 versus them be? What would that even mean? Done the whole Act 2 thing to them? What are we assuming that Monica would have done to them? Like, what would she do with it? I mean, if we're assuming that Monica's whole thing in the original game is that she was amplifying everyone's worst tendencies, you know, like, that is for you, the reader, to decide, yeah. Like, Monica states in Act 3 of the original game that she amplified Yuri's obsessive tendencies, for instance, and said that she amplified Sayori's depression. And in Natsuki's case, I mean, apparently, she made her home life worse. Natsuki's home life is something that's as least. It's like kind of the least specifically described in the original game, which is why there are so many widely different headcanons. Like some make Natsuki's dad out to be this irredeemably horrible black and white bad guy, and you know, like really lean into the abusive angle. Some make him just more neglectful and not out and out abusive. But it's you know, it's pretty clear that she's being starved at least. What would she do to Ria or Miss Ida though? Oh man, I mean, it's kind of established that Miss Ida like has a beer or two at the end of every day. Like, would she turn her into an alcoholic, like being drunk in class or something? And Ria, I don't know, she's like they've emphasized her shyness. Like, what other qualities does she have? Make her more shy, or anyway, we'll consider that shortly. There's an ad break imminent. I will be right back. And back again. So, where was I? So yeah, so we're considering, as Dev says, that is for you, the reader, to decide. Like, what would Act 2 versions of Rhea and Miss Ida even mean? And really, you know, we'd rather spend time with them. Like, I think either one would be fine, honestly. Like, excuse me. Like what traits would be, you know, amplified or whatever with regards to Rhea? I mean, she's like she seems to be someone who like values friendship. So I don't know. Maybe she'll be overly friendly, or but she's also shy. Maybe she'll be overly shy. What aspect of her are we talking about that would be amplified? I'm not gonna through Rhea's code. I can't do anything with this. Yeah. And you know, Miss Ida. I mean, she seems to have she has like a, I don't know, maybe a bit of hero complex about her, and that she wanted to help the members of the club without with their issue, without knowing what it was, without understanding what was going on. So I don't know, maybe she'd be overly eager to help. Or maybe Malik would choose to amplify the, like I said, the drinking aspect. Maybe she'd just turn into a raging alcoholic or something. Which could be a problem. I don't know, might also make her more fun to be around, haha. No, but it's, I mean, given the option, I guess probably spending time with Rhea would be the, would be the preferable option. A preferable option. Anyway, move right along. Assuming I don't have the option to fix everything because I'm me, Act 2 Rhea, obviously. Can't even think of a negative character trait of hers to exaggerate. Skill issue. No, I'm kidding. I suppose maybe in the hypo she'd be really painfully hyperactively positive? I have no idea. But Rhea seems the clear choice. Yeah, Act 2 Miss Ida seems like she'd be potentially really dangerous. Oh, I guess. Oh, yeah. I suppose we could also go in the pyromaniac direction with Miss Ida. That's another thing. It's hasn't necessarily been directly expressed in the mod that Miss Ida really likes fire. It's only sort of teased and hinted at, and also joked about in the server. Every other .chr file equals some encrypted ARG, yeah. Excuse me. I'm gonna mute my mic for a second. Yeesh. Yeah, throat's super rough. Anyway. Just says gosh equals true. Yeah. Hey, moving on. I'd go with Rhea also. Me too. Miss Ida being messed with would be scary. She's so stable usually. I wouldn't want to see her be all like that. I'm kind of lucky in a way when you think about it. I didn't have to see anybody else go through all their whole stuff. Yeah. I have to figure Temper Miss Ida could go in a couple of different ways. The less scary way is probably that she's super curious and pries about everything and needs to know everything. And then she'd just be really freaky and interrogate the students about everything in a super creepy way. The more likely way is the more scary way, although it would also be the more awesome way, and that is Pyro Misita. Now, as I said, that would inarguably be awesome. However, I would definitely also want to stay the hell away from it. So that leaves Ria by default. I would prefer to stay with Misita. I do not know what would be inflicted upon Ria, and I would not wish to know if I could avoid it. Yeah, there was a definite sense of Yuri might have some measure of kinship. I'm thinking about the. I was gonna say kinship with Misita. I don't know if that's the right word. I'm thinking back to their scene in the Arboretum in the season 3 extras. It felt like they connected a bit. I don't know. Anyway, very long. I would not wish to know if I could avoid it, but I would hope that I could somehow protect or help Misita. Yeah, there is that aspect of it to consider as well. Ria is wonderful, of course, but Misita has done much for us, so even retroactively, I would wish to try to help her, even if I could not. She is a very worthy, very giving person. So yes, I would try. Yes, well, on that cheery note, you're particularly close to Misita among climbers? Yeah. That was all the would you rathers I had. Monica? Yes, time for poems, I think. Now, at this point, we're over 3 hours into the stream, and I'm contemplating that I'm wondering, is it better to break up the stream into, because last time the stream went for 6 hours, and this episode is supposedly longer, so this might be close-ish to a halfway point. It might be prudent to split things up here, because if I try to split it up later, then it'll probably mean the next episode starts with emails, and that might not be a preferable option either. Also, this gives me the opportunity to raid Coder, because he's streaming right now the last Defense Academy game. So not yet quite at the halfway point, haha. So yes, this is a fine place to stop. Yeah. I'm definitely feeling like I don't think I'm gonna finish this in one session. So this is probably a good stopping point. And we get to start with poems next time. So when you stream it, yeah, it'll probably be next week. I mean, if this is coming out as a bi-weekly thing, then having, like each part split up, once a week, probably fits. But yeah, for sure, I'll let you know when I stream again, Dev. But for now, we're gonna. I was gonna say we're gonna see about who to raid, but like I said, I think I already know who to raid. I think Code is still on. He should still be on, isn't he? He usually streams longer on Saturdays. There you go. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's give him a raid. He's still playing the last Defense Academy, and yeah, which is a game I've been following his streams of that game on and off. So I sort of have I haven't been following it religiously or anything. I have some partial knowledge of what's going on. It seems like an interesting, compelling story. So I don't mind checking in on what's going on with that. Good stuff. But yeah, yeah, not sure what else to say. I guess probably rambled on enough. That's all for now. Until next time.